Hello and welcome to this month's podcast. I'm Sandra Feuell, Insurance Development Manager at the Right Mortgage and Protection Network. And I'm delighted to be joined today by Neil Parfitt, National Account Manager at Paymentshield. Hi, Neil.
Hi, Sandra.
So today we're going to be covering a range of topics. We're going to get an update on Paymentshield's proposition, and we're going to be looking at the referral process. So, Neil, it's been quite some time since we last had an update from Paymentshield on your proposition. Please, can you provide me with an overview on what's happening with regard to the panel of insurers and what's new?
Yeah, sure, Sandra. So quite a lot's changed. Just a reminder about Paymentshield. It is a single-worded policy. So Paymentshield designed the policy, and it's designed with brokers in mind. So we know we're never at the top of your priority list. We know that it's mortgages, protection, and then GI comes way below there. So with that in mind, we've designed a policy that's really easy to claim on, that's easy for advisors to use. It's 5-star de facto, which means it's comprehensive cover. You can't get better than 5-star de facto. So it's very comprehensive cover, and it's designed to cover the things that clients are most likely to claim on. And it does what it says on the tin, really. So it's really good quality cover, and our family homes are very important. So we want to make sure that our family homes are properly insured. So we've designed the policy wording. The policy wording belongs to Paymentshield, and we have a panel of insurers, Sandra, on our panel. So we've currently got 5 insurers. So we've got Allianz, we've got AXA, Tradex, Integra, and Ageas. So those insurers have changed recently. 2 of the insurers are via what's called MGAs, which are managing general agents. And we've got exclusive access to those MGAs. So those MGAs, other insurers can't access, or other providers can't access. And the benefit of having the panel is that it makes it very competitive on price, because those insurers are competing. So they've got the policy wording, so it's one policy designed by Paymentshield, but those insurers are competing. And because we've got 5 insurers on our panel, and we've added 2 on recently, that's had a significant impact to our pricing. And also that also helps at renewal, because one of the benefits of GI is that we don't pay big upfront indemnity commission, but every time it renews, you get paid the same level of commission again. So it's a renewal commission. And so it's in everybody's best interest to try and keep the business on the books, because then that keeps the income coming in. But also, clients don't really want to be changing. So if they don't see a huge increase in their premium, they're more likely to keep it. So
Yeah,
if the policy goes up just a little bit, we will automatically re-broke the client's cover, and each insurer will automatically re-quote prior to renewal. Now, what this means in practical terms for the client is they're receiving competitive premium from us, which helps the advisors with their retention, it helps them with their ongoing income, and it saves clients time because they're not having to find cover elsewhere. So I think that's really important. And the other thing that's working really well is our referral service. So our referral service has been running for quite some time now, so it's firmly established. And we're really producing great outcomes for our advisors and for the client. Now, I'm aware at TRM you have your own referral advisors, which is great. And where I see this fitting in is maybe on Remo and PT, which I'll talk about more later on. But just to share some information on its success, we're currently converting 36% of purchase leads. And Sandra, you'd expect that to drop quite a lot, wouldn't you, for remortgage? Because purchase is fairly easy because there's no incumbent provider in place. But that only
exactly.
drops to 33% on remortgage. So they're really good stats, which we're really proud of.
Excellent
So
stats.
yeah, and it just demonstrates really that it's working. And then the other thing, which for a long time advisors have been asking us for, is, we're called Paymentshield. People say to us, when are you going to bring redundancy option back on the mortgage protector product, which is ASU cover? So up until recently, we only had accident and sickness. Now we've got ASU, so we've got unemployment. So the great news is that advisors have got access to unemployment cover again. So I think that's really good news. And then finally, in terms of what Paymentshield have been up to, we've changed our structure for networks. So we want to put more focus on networks and the members. So we've got a TRM business development team at Paymentshield, and that includes 2 business development managers that can do Zoom meetings and telephone calls and just check in with you on a regular basis and share best practice. We've also got a newly appointed key account manager. So we've got Claire Aston, who's just joined us from a lender background. So Claire's joined, and she goes into practices and advisors and talks to them about how Paymentshield can help their proposition. And then last but not least, you've got myself as a national account manager. So in other words, we've got 4 people devoted to the right mortgage, and the aim behind that is that we understand your network in depth. We understand how ACRE works, and therefore we can work collaboratively, and we're giving good service and good support.
That's excellent news. That mean I mean we do keep details on our portal, so all the AR firms within the network will be able to find the details for your business development managers. So
That's really good, Sandra,
that's
because
great.
Claire's just joined. She's just had her photo taken, so that will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So I'll make sure that's emailed across so people have got those contact points with our photos,
Great.
which are
Thank you.
really good for scaring people away from the fireplace. If you want to use my photo for that.
I can't wait to see it. Um, so Neil, you mentioned your referral service just now. I understand that Paymentshield are getting great results on this, but can you just give me a little bit more meat on the bone of how it's actually helping advisors and clients?
Sure, yeah. So we're really proud of our referral service. I kind of relate it to a Formula One team. It's well established now, so we've refined our process, and it's just working really, really well. So we're getting really good outcomes for advisors and for clients. So the way it works is it's very straightforward. Your clients speak to a real live human being, so they get real advice from a real person, which is quite rare these days, isn't it? Because everyone's going down a
Yes.
digital route. So what we want to do is we still believe that advice is really important. So when you refer to us, you can speak to a real human being, or you can self-fulfill yourself and get a quote from us. But the fact you can still get advice from a real human being, I think, is quite a big USP. And the process is very quick and straightforward. We've got a QR code which advisors can either put on their email or on their phone. And if clients take a photo of it, it will take them through to the referral form, and then they can choose the best time slot and they can put their details and we'll contact them. I think a really good example of how this can fit in is on product transfer and remortgage. So my belief is that advisors are really good at providing home insurance on purchase business, or tend to be much better at it. And the reason for that is there's no incumbent provider in place. So you're not up against price and you're not up against an existing product. So purchase is the easy business to win. But product transfer and remortgage, because there is a product normally in place and you're up against price, it becomes a lot more difficult
Yeah.
to win that business. So
Mm.
what advisors might want to do is they can mix and match with our referral. You don't have to go down one route or another. So you can mix and match. And where PT and Remo clients generally tend to get forgotten about, well, you can refer that off to Paymentshield, and we will speak to your client. We'll give them full advice. We'll talk to them about what jewellery they've got, what bikes they've got, what home emergency is, what legal expenses is. And we're getting really good conversion rate on that. Just to repeat again, a 36% conversion rate on purchase, but on Remo and product transfer, where we do a quote, 33% of the time that will go through to new business, which is actually really good. And to be blunt, Sandra, we should be good because this is all our team do all day long. So they should be good because that's all they know, and they're talking about it constantly all the time. So they know the product, they know the process really well. Uh, just lastly, the way I view this and the way I explain it to businesses is it's very similar to having your own GI specialist in your business. But the good news is you haven't got any of the overheads. So You get paid less commission, you get paid 17.5%, but you do get that at renewal as well. But we will do all of the advice process, so we take full responsibility for the advice, and obviously we make sure that there are people in place to cover holidays and all the rest of it. So we run the team, they contact your client, they give them advice, and we're only ever going to contact them about that on that one instance, that home insurance instance. We're not going to contact them about protection or anything else, because they're not licensed for that. So the bottom line is you can either write it, you can refer it, or you can mix and match depending on your preferences. And we're getting really good positive feedback from clients. And the feedback we're getting is they like to speak to a real person, have a real conversation. And what they really like is to be guided. Clients don't want to be sold to, do they? They want to be
No.
guided, given options, and then they buy themselves. And that's basically how it works, Sandra.
Lovely, thank you. And I hear your mortgage protector product has changed recently. Can you just remind me of what you're offering now on that?
Yeah, we can now offer unemployment to mortgage clients up to 30 days after the mortgage completion. So in other words, once the mortgage has completed, at 30 days afterwards, you cannot have the mortgage protector product after that point. So in a way, that's good news for a client because it makes it simple. While you're taking out the mortgage, this is your opportunity, Mr. Client, if you want accident and sickness, or you want accident, sickness and unemployment. So we've got two options: accident and sickness only, or accident, sickness and unemployment cover. And just to clarify, unemployment cover is protection if customers are made unemployed involuntarily. In order to claim, the customer's got to be registered as unemployed with the Department of Work and Pensions. They've got to be in receipt of the appropriate benefit, and the unemployment cover lasts for 12 months. The maximum benefit is 75% of the client's monthly earned income before tax, or £3,000. We also got a range of qualification periods, starting with 30 days back to day one cover. So literally after 31 days, it will go all the way back. So you get paid all the way back to day one. And that goes all the way through to 180 days. So it can be dovetailed with an income protection policy, which a lot of advisors are using. So they might put an ASU policy in place and then dovetail it with an income protection policy. But the key message I want to get across is that you're able to talk about unemployment cover again. And for younger clients, their main concern is actually at the moment is artificial intelligence. So there's quite a lot of uncertainty with younger clients about artificial intelligence. It's going to take over the world. We're all
Yeah.
using it.
Mhm.
And even I'm using it. And I'm definitely not that tech savvy as you found out, Sandra, today.
Yes.
So we're using it more and more. And if you go onto YouTube, they reckon there'll only be 5 jobs in a couple of years' time. I don't believe that.
Oh,
I don't think AI will take over. But what do I know? But the bottom line is clients are concerned about it. And also in the modern world where companies are constantly taking over other companies and they're restructuring all the time, when you actually look at benefits, companies have reduced the benefits down. So unemployment is something which I think everybody can be concerned about. And don't forget, it does cover the self-employed as well.
excellent. So obviously we've got a lot of ARs and advisors under the network writing mortgages and looking at the protection. How does your mortgage payment protection insurance round out the advisor's protection offering, do you think?
I think where it fits in is it's able to offer cover to a lot of clients who might not get cover elsewhere because it's a general insurance product. So we
Mm.
don't ask medical questions, we don't ask lifestyle questions. So I'll just repeat that because for a lot of protection advisors out there, they'll go, that's good news. So no medical or lifestyle questions. So your customer doesn't need to tell us about their BMI. They don't need to tell us if they smoke or whether they go to the gym or not. Um, what we will do, however, is we will exclude pre-existing medical conditions where the client has visited the doctor or has received treatment in the past 12 months. So if they've got a pre-existing condition, we will exclude it. But the good news is it provides a lot of cover for clients who can't typically get cover elsewhere. And I think for self-employed, the back to day one cover is really important, and we will cover high risk occupations. We don't ask about occupations, so it doesn't matter whether if you're an equestrian or you're a builder or a taxi driver, we will cover high risk occupation, even professional sports people, as I've just recently found out.
Excellent news. Excellent. So if advisors were to take away one thing from this session, what would it be, do you think?
I think it's a reminder, Sandra, that it's general insurance, and the beauty of general insurance is it pays renewal incomes. So once you sold a policy, that income will, every time that policy renews, it will pay out another level of commission, and that provides real wealth and stability to a lot of mortgage practices because it builds up value in the business. And I think simply, decide what you're going to do with your general insurance. Decide whether you're going to write it, whether you're going to refer it, or are you going to write the purchase and refer the PT and Remo. But the bottom line is don't ignore it because you're losing out on a really valuable income stream.
Definitely. Thank you for joining me today, Neil.
My pleasure, Sandra.
I hope everyone found this interesting, and hopefully, Neil, I'll speak to you again very soon.
Thanks very much. Lovely to speak to you.
Thank you. Bye bye.